Welcome to the breakdown recorded June 23rd, 2020. This is the show where I break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world that you may not have heard about and give you my opinion on them. Now, this is my opinion. If you want to learn more about these stories, check out the show notes down below. I'll put a link there to each story so you can read them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. And hopefully we can help you discover something new. Now, we are in the new studio, far from complete. I got to put up a lot more of the sound paneling up. We got only about a third of it up. Took a little longer. First tape I used didn't hold and it all fell off. So we got some new heavier duty stuff to hold it on the walls. We'll be working on that. We'll be working on the lighting. And this is just a temporary backdrop to kind of hold us over until I can get something better set up. Unfortunately, this is one of the rooms that flooded the week we moved in. So everything here is kind of a little bit behind schedule. So bear with me as we get everything in here set up. So let's dive into it, starting off with a deal of the day. Panera Bread is offering free coffee, or if you're in the St. Louis area, the St. Louis Bread Company, for a limited time. If you want to learn how you can get free coffee, check out the link in the show notes down below. But this is a great deal. If you love getting coffee on the go, and you like Panera coffee, you can qualify for some free coffee. All right, the big story up of the day has to be a report from the Motley Fool. They came out and announced that they are looking at Amazon stock reaching as much as $5,000. This would make Amazon a $2.5 trillion company in 2023. So just about 3 years from now, they think Amazon will continue to grow and become a $2.5 trillion company. Now, a lot of this has to do with increased fears, I would expect, over going into public spaces like grocery stores and other stores if it's not a necessity. And that probably is going to drive more and more people to online shopping to get even basic items that they would have probably run up to a grocery store in the past to get, that they may now be more willing to get that online instead of going in person. Now, since 2009, get this staggering number, since 2009, Amazon shares are up 3,500%. That's absolutely crazy growth right there that Amazon has continued to see. We'll see if it pays off in the long run. But for now, I'd love to know, do you think Amazon will be a $2.5 trillion company? Do you think that their growth will slow down, speed up? Is it being oversold, undersold? I'd love to hear from you on what you think. All right, next story up. I thought this one was interesting. This came from CNN, it's World Service, and there was a study conducted by the Colorado State University that looked into men's dating profiles and what made women more likely to click yes or reach out to them. According to Colorado State, one of the things that drove down the likelihood of women reaching out to men on online dating sites is cats. If a man had a cat in his profile picture, for example, women were far less likely to reach out to them. So I'd love to know, do you agree with that? Do you think that is something about men owning cats? Or do you think this is just a crazy outlier study with no basis at all? I'd love to hear from you, but I thought it was kind of interesting on two things. A, that a lot of money went into studying this and figuring out. And two, that for some reason, according to the study, women apparently, while a lot of women enjoy owning their own cats, apparently they're not a big fan of men owning cats. So I'd love to know what you think of that study, both them doing the study and the results they got from it. So leave me a comment. All right, have you ever dreamed of a day trip into space, go up to space, maybe holding your wedding in space, or a conference or some other event out there? Well, a new company called Space Perspective has working to make that a reality. They'll be working out at the Kennedy Space Center, and they're going to use large, massive balloons to lift you up into space to the point where gravity doesn't really pull on you. You can float around. To have space tourism, conferences, weddings, and more up in space. And then they just use the cord, they fly you up with a cord attached and they pull you back down with that. Now this is fairly similar to the space elevator idea. For years, the idea of having a cable where an elevator can go up and down into space as opposed to using large rockets has been proposed. This is kind of along the same ideas, but instead it's a massive balloon that will rise up and down. And it's rather an interesting idea. The idea of space as a whole as a tourism area, as a economic zone where we can do conferences and different things, has been appealing for many generations. And now this company wants to make that reality. So I want to know, would you take a day trip to space if you could? Would you hold your wedding there, conference, event? I'll be honest, I am fascinated by space. I would love the opportunity to go up in 0G for a day or two and try it out and see what it's like to be up in space without gravity and enjoy that. So let me know, would you do that or not? All right. Have you checked all your old lottery tickets? Now, a woman, an Irish woman and her family won $11 million in a lottery ticket. But for a full week, she didn't realize she was a winner. She had the ticket sitting in her purse, forgot to check the numbers on it. And only then did she realize that she won $11 million. So have you ever had any winning items or tickets out there where you didn't realize you had it and only later got it? So love to hear any of your stories on that. Also, a Brazilian skateboarder, only 11 years old, has become the first to land a 1,080 on a skateboard using a vertical ramp. So Guinness Book of World Records has recognized this as the first time anybody using a vertical ramp has done a 1,080 on a skateboard. Spin around that many times. It must be quite dizzying. So anybody here a big skateboarder fan? What do you think about some of these more interesting Guinness Book of World Records? Seems like when I was younger, we heard a lot more about the Guinness Book of World Records, but now they seem to be kind of making a comeback, doing a lot of things for people to get recognized as the official place of record for all these kind of things. And lastly, a teenager found a class ring that was lost over 20 years ago and was able to successfully meet it to its family. According to, I believe this is Georgia, 20 plus years ago, somebody lost their class ring in a taxi, just assumed after 20 years it was completely gone, only to have it reappear. A teen out there was able to find it, and thanks to Facebook and other social media platforms, find the original owner. So great story there. We talked about last week, lost rings, people find them and return them. Apparently this is a much more common thing than you would think. Have you ever lost a ring or ever found one and returned it? Leave me a comment, let me know. All right, this is it for today. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Bear with me as I will work hard to get this audio bear set up and the lighting and the video and do something very interesting here. I got some good ideas, but for now, this is a good placeholder. Hope you all take care. I will see you back here on Thursday. We'll talk again soon. Take care, everybody.